Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nike, $10 million. Giannis first signed with the Nike family in 2013 in his rookie year, a deal which paid the Greek freak $20,000 a year. But in 2017, Nike gave Giannis a much-deserved pay raise as he re-signed a longer-term deal that will pay him $10 million per year. This comes after signing a $100 million four-year extension with the Milwaukee Bucks in 2016. It wasn't a straightforward deal for Nike and Giannis, as multiple other companies wanted to sign the Milwaukee Bucks forward to their roster, those companies being Adidas and the Chinese company Li Ning. Adidas even sent a truck filled with their Boost products to try and pry Giannis away from Nike. But Giannis stuck with his long-term partnership, which saw him release his first signature shoe in June 2019. Tied at 10th, Damian Lillard, Adidas, $10 million. Tied 10th on this list, the Adidas Dame was the most popular non-Nike Jordan signature shoe for NBA players last year. Adidas locked up Lillard to a 10-year deal in 2014, 2 years after Portland drafted the point guard. He also didn't have a signature shoe in the first 2 years of the contract until releasing the Adidas Dame. Dame's loyalty is seen on and off the court, as he is stuck with Adidas and the Portland Trail Blazers throughout his career. The $10 million shoe deal coexists alongside his current 5-year deal in Portland, which sees him earn around $140 million. Kyrie Irving, Nike, $11 million. Kyrie is one of the most popular stars in the NBA, as his jersey was ranked 4th among the NBA's best sellers during the 2018-19 season. And it isn't different when it comes to Uncle Drew's shoes, as in 2017-18, only his former Cleveland Cavaliers teammate LeBron James outsold the Brooklyn Nets point guard. Kyrie's shoes are one of the biggest sellers for the Nike brand, and his Kyrie 3 signature shoes sold out in only 3 minutes on the Nike Sneakers app. Kyrie's popularity sees him covered with plenty of endorsements off the court too, as a Pepsi ad featuring Irving as an elderly Uncle Drew brought a role which eventually led to a feature film for the Uncle Drew character in 2018. Tied for 9th, Derrick Rose, Adidas, $11 million. D-Rose has been signed with Adidas since his rookie year, that deal being worth $1 million per year. Everything looked to be great for D-Rose and Adidas, as D-Rose was named MVP in 2011. But a major ACL injury in 2012 looked to put a massive doubt on the future of his career. But Adidas stayed with their man, as they offered D-Rose a 13-year extension worth $11 million annually. Since the extension, D-Rose hasn't made much noise in the shoe game, with most of his shoes selling pretty mediocrely despite the former MVP having 10 signature shoes. Somewhat revitalizing his career at Detroit could see him getting back to the MVP form and could see his shoe sales increasing. Dwayne Wade, Li Ning, $12 million. Wade joined Chinese brand Li Ning in 2012 after wearing Converse and Jordan to start his career. The 3-time NBA champion signed a lifetime deal for his Way of Wade's signature line with Li Ning ahead of his final NBA season. In D-Wade's rookie year, he signed his first shoe deal with Converse. The deal was worth $400,000 per year for 6 years. It would be fair to say that the companies didn't see the potential in D-Wade from early on, with Adidas not even making Wade an offer. In his time with Converse, Wade had 5 signature shoes, but his deal was up in 2009, and he made the big switch to Nike and the Jordan brand. His time at Jordan wasn't so successful as he released his first signature shoe with Jordan in 2011, and despite the hype, the sales were mediocre. And to make matters worse, Jordan got sued by Point3 Basketball for allegedly copying their logo. After another lackluster sales report with the next shoe, D-Wade's contract was up and made the switch once more. But this time, he signed with Chinese company Li Ning in a 10-year contract worth $60 million plus equity in the company in 2012. Tie for 8th, Russell Westbrook, Jordan, $12 million. Arguably one of the most fashionable men in the NBA, Russ signed with the Nike family in his rookie year in 2008. He didn't have his own shoe in the 4 years under contract with Nike, so when his deal was up in 2012, he made the big switch up the Nike ladder to the Jordan brand. In 2017, Westbrook signed a 10-year extension with Jordan brand that gave him the largest total endorsement deal of any athlete sponsored by the brand at the time. A year later, he received his first signature shoe with the Why Not Zero. Signing for the Houston Rockets in the summer saw him bag a 5-year contract worth around $200 million. As well as that in the shoe deal, Russ has his own fashion line, Honor the Gift, which benefits Los Angeles' inner-city arts charity. 7th, Zion Williamson, Jordan, $13 million. The NBA hasn't seen hype for a player this much since a little-known player called LeBron James joined the league. The hype was also shared with the major companies, as Adidas, Puma, and Nike all battled to get the first overall pick signature. Before he could even step on the court, Zion was signed up with Nike and the Jordan brand. Hyped to be a potential GOAT of the game, Zion holds the company of LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and the owner of the Jordan brand, Michael Jordan at Nike. Zion isn't just signing shoe deals before he makes his first NBA appearance. He has also signed deals with 2K Sports, a 7-figure deal with Gatorade and Mountain Dew, and a deal which is rumored to be over $2.5 million, according to Forbes. If Zion can achieve the heights of his potential, he'd be expected to be a lot higher on this list by the end of his career. 6th, James Harden, Adidas, $14 million. In 2015, Harden signed a massive $200 million deal with Adidas, making him Adidas' biggest basketball star for 13 years. The Beard signed a deal with Nike back in his rookie year in 2009, but while under contract with them, Harden never got a signature shoe, but the Hyperchase shoe he regularly wore sold very well. This made the move to Adidas an easy choice, as the 2018 MVP currently has 4 volumes of his Harden shoe out currently, with the Volume 1s being a popular favorite with fans. Harden is well known for his basketball ability and his beard. And while his basketball skills have earned him a shoe deal and a 4-year, $170 million contract in Houston, his beard has also had endorsements, as Harden has a unique candy with trolleys. 5th, Kobe Bryant, Nike, $16 million. Kobe Bean Bryant was an exceptional basketball talent, and probably the biggest worker the NBA has ever seen, which resulted in a career filled with trophies and achievements. With $323 million earned, Bryant is the second all-time leader in salary earned in the NBA, and deservedly so. With his infectious smile, good looks, and basketball brilliance, Kobe was also extremely marketable from the moment he stepped his foot into the NBA. According to Forbes, his endorsement deals earned him even more than his NBA salary, with reported $357 million in earnings during his playing career. Kobe first signed with Adidas, but later switched to Nike and became one of the biggest ambassadors for the brand. He was one of the first athletes that realized the potential of the Asian market and regularly made trips to China to connect with fans, which helped him become the most popular NBA player there and secure deals with brands like Alibaba. His 2015 ad with Lionel Messi for Turkish Airlines won YouTube's Ad of the Decade. And he also had deals with Nintendo, Sprite, Nubio, Call of Duty, and others. "Hey, Kobe, how's retirement treating you?" said Jalen Rose on a commercial. "It's great. A little writing, a little investing," Kobe answered, before mocking Jalen for dropping 81 points on him. And that little investing and writing was not little at all. Bryant co-founded a $100 million investment fund and created Granity Studios, a media production company that brought us Dear Basketball, for which Kobe won an Oscar. Just like in his basketball career, Kobe was immensely focused and extremely successful after retirement. Even though he wasn't bouncing the ball anymore, his work continued to impact millions of people, and the world lost a beautiful mind and spirit. You'll be missed, Mamba. 4th, Stephen Curry, Under Armour, $20 million. Under Armour signed Curry to their company in 2013, which was their main entry into the basketball shoe business. It was perfect timing for Under Armour, as Curry hadn't yet been an all-star, but since joining the company, he has won 2 MVP awards and 3 NBA titles. After being drafted by the Golden State Warriors in 2009, Curry wore Nike shoes for the first 4 years of his career. Then in 2013, Nike offered Curry a $2.5 million sponsorship deal because the company was unsure about Curry's popularity. According to Steph's father, Del Curry, one of the reasons of rejecting Nike's offer was due to the fact that Nike officials pronounced Steph's name wrong, and that the PowerPoint had Kevin Durant's name on it rather than Steph's, so they opted for Under Armour. Curry pushed Under Armour to release his signature shoe in girls' sizes, after a young fan wrote Curry a letter last year requesting the move. Outside of the shoes, Curry was the first NBA player to sign a $200 million contract in 2017. He formed his own company in the same year, called SC30, which deals with his investments and brand partnerships. Curry also has his own production company, which has a deal with Sony Pictures. 3rd, Kevin Durant, Nike, $26 million. Nike saw the potential in KD from his rookie year, as they offered the 19-year-old a 7-year deal worth approximately $60 million. a successful first year for the second overall pick in the 2007 draft, as he also went on to win Rookie of the Year. In 2014, Durant's Nike deal was expiring, which caused a bidding war between the major shoe companies, with Under Armour looking to win the war with a massive bid of around $280 million, reported by Mark Stein of ESPN. But Nike wanted to keep a key member of their team around and match the bid of Under Armour, which saw KD re-sign with Nike in a 10-year deal, which has the potential to rise to $300 million, according to Jeff Zillgood of USA Today. Apart from the shoes, KD makes $41 million per year from his newly signed contract with the Brooklyn Nets. Second, LeBron James, Nike, $32 million. As one of the most hyped young basketball players in decades, James was drafted first overall in the 2003 NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers straight from high school. Shoe companies were eager to ink James to one of the biggest endorsement contracts ever. At the age of 17, James had the pick of all the major brands. Adidas offered King James $60 million, while Reebok offered James a massive $115 million. But after long negotiations, he would opt to join the dominant Nike brand, who offered the future Hall of Famer $87 million. While making $32 million a year from his shoe deal alone, James also earns $36 million a year from his NBA contract with the LA Lakers and $21 million a year from other endorsements, such as Coca-Cola, State Farm, and Beats by Dre. All this adds up to an estimated $89 million a year. In 2015, LeBron James signed a lifetime deal with Nike, which is rumored to be worth more than $1 billion. First, Michael Jordan, $130 million. He might have been retired for over 20 years, but he still continues to dominate the league through his shoes. Branded as one of the GOATs of the NBA, he is definitely the GOAT of the shoe game, pulling in around $100 million more than his closest rivals. Jordan's first Nike paycheck came way back in his rookie year in 1984, where he signed a 5-year deal worth $500,000. 35 years later, and the brand now brings in $130 million per year, according to Forbes. The Air Jordan brand brought so much success to the Nike brand that in 1997, it became a subsidiary of Nike, which simply means that Air Jordan operates as its own brand, but falls under the Nike umbrella. The historic shoe brand almost never even took off. As rumored in 1985, when Jordan premiered the Air Jordan 1s in a game, the NBA stepped in and fined Jordan for wearing the classic shoe with the red and black colorway as it featured non-regulation colors. Rumors believe that Jordan continued to wear the shoe for a number of games, and Nike agreed to pay the fine. The Air Jordan brand is a favorite for everyone on and off the court, popularity which has seen many of the colorways and silhouettes sell out in minutes. The brand has been running for 35 years and shows no signs of slowing down.